video, one skill, 5 minutes or less. Let's go. In this 5-minute video on managing expense claims with Xero Touch, I'm going to teach you how to add an expense claim into Xero with an iPad using the Xero Touch app. I'm going to show you how to take a photo and add a copy of that receipt to your claim when you make your claim with the iPad straight into Xero, and I'm also going to show you how that shows up inside Xero so then you can manage it inside Xero. So we're covering areas for the staff members here, as well as helping the accounting people and the payroll admins understand what it's going to look like when an expense claim is submitted by staff into the main Xero area. All right, let's go have a look. Okay, so let's go through the process of how to add an expense claim into Xero using the Xero Touch app. Here I'm using the Xero Touch app on my iPad mini. So it's really simple. You can just simply add a receipt by selecting the Add a Receipt wording there, or the little plus button at the top. And what you need to do is enter in the details of what it was that you just paid for. So you can imagine you are just got back in the car after paying for fuel and you're about to drive off and head back to the office or head to another client meeting. Or maybe you've just finished having a cup of coffee with a client and you've paid cash for the expense and for the coffee, and you need to charge that back to the customer maybe, or just record it in your accounts. So I've got here the only receipt I could find, which was a recent Cotton On receipt. We're going to use that one as an example so I can show you the photo of it as well. All right, so we just need to answer the questions in here. What was it for? So for us, we'll just say it was for office supplies. And where did you spend it? I can type in the name of my contact. You can see that even though I've never entered in a receipt for Cotton On before, I can just type in the name and press return. It doesn't matter that the contact doesn't already exist. When did I spend it? It was on Friday, so I simply just tick Friday or select Friday on the calendar. And if I want to categorize it to an account, let's go and just put it in office expenses. I just simply select office expenses. How much was the amount? It was $64.95. So I enter that amount in there. Under optional details, I can choose to assign the expense to a customer if I wanted to, split the information into items and quantities, and I can also add a reference if I want to. Add a reference, I'll show you, is just like a big text box. You can write whatever you want in here and then select done. Okay, so once we've entered in the amount, we can choose optional details if we want to, select add files, and then you can choose to take a photo, choose a photo, or choose from Xero files. I'm going to choose to take a photo here. So I've just got the receipt sitting here on my desk. Take the photo and select use photo. Now my expense is almost done. I just simply press add. Now I can say this is a draft expense claim. I can submit it for approval, or submit and approve if you have access to that. I'm going to submit for approval. All right, so that is all we can see on the iPad. Let's go and have a look and see what it looks like in Xero now. Okay, so now we have the expense claim sitting inside our Xero dashboard. When we log into the Xero app, down in the dashboard on the bottom right-hand corner, we can see expense claims, and I can see there is one expense claim awaiting authorization. So if I select awaiting authorization, open up that expense claim, it says here's an expense claim. It's from Jerry, the date it was submitted, the receipt. If I click on this expense claim to see the further details, I can see here the receipt number, the reference that we put in, all the other details that we put in here. If I want to have a look at the file, so see the copy of the receipt, I can click on the file and it opens up the copy of the receipt just as I took it a moment ago. This is not you, the submitter of the expense claim, looking at the expense claim. It's actually the accountant or the payroll person or the person sitting at the other end in the office can see straight away what expense claims have been submitted, what for, how much is owing to those staff members, etc. All right, we're not going to go through the rest of the process of approving and authorizing and paying expense claims. That's going to be covered in another video later on. But that is how you can manage expense claims using the Xero Touch app on the iPad. The 5-minute Xero Upskill is brought to you by Ecosystem Expert Academy. If you would like more Xero tips or lessons, head over to the Academy website, ecosystemexpertacademy.com.